Have you ever been on a holiday telling yourself, damn, I wish I could stay here forever? Well, call me a genie because I'm here to bring you that 5-star luxury hotel feeling into your own home. I'm N40. I'm an interior designer with 4 years of interior design experience. Here are my 8 tips for a luxury hotel looks so good it would make you feel like laying on the clouds beneath the blue sky. Speaking of clouds, the tip number 1 is the focal point of every hotel, which is the cloud bed. To get that beautiful bedding, we need to get things right. First, we get the duvet. You can stuff 2 duvets in one cover to get that comfortable cozy feel, and choose one size bigger than your bed to get that overhang luxurious look. It depends on the climate what kind of duvet you should choose. For colder climates, it's good to choose heavier duvets. For tropical, more hot climates, it's good to choose duvets that are medium or light and breathing. That's very important. But for the linen itself of your bedding, it's important to choose breathing regardless of the climate because you don't want sweat to hold up. So you have a sheet separating you from the mattress, a sheet separating you from the duvet, and the duvet itself. 3 things in total. Next, we need to consider the aromas that you're gonna use for your room. They should be balanced and high-end feeling. You shouldn't choose too sweet aromas that are aggressive. I used to have a boss where I worked as a receptionist that would spray this sweet melon juice-alike thing around the room, scatter it all over and tell, "Ah, do you smell the luxury?" No, I don't. This smells like nuclear warfare. I don't want this, but there was no reasoning with this man. So I hope that you, dear viewer, do find reason. You need to choose aromas that smell like things you can see in nature. This can be sandalwood, this can be eucalyptus, this can be salt water, anything that feels like natural things that you can meet in nature. So this will give you a very professional and high-end aroma to your room. However, in order for this aroma to work, you need to make your room clean first. This means taking out the trash, figuring out the fridge, cleaning the cat litter. Also, the carpets and the sofas need to be cleaned at least once a year. This will make your home smell just as good as a hotel room you go on holidays. We got the hotel aroma right, but what's a good smell without a good look? Hotels use timeless furniture, not trendy. Because imagine yourself having a hotel with 100 rooms. If you had to change the interior every month just to follow the new interior trends, you might as well go bankrupt within a few weeks. That's why hotel rooms use timeless furniture with muted colors and durable materials, and so should you. Avoid stimulating colors like red, orange, or yellow because they're too stimulating and won't allow your mind to rest. Instead, choose soothing, relaxing colors like green, blue, sand, or anything muted that feels neutral. Resist the temptation of using too colorful styles because too much is no good. You need coherent 5 colors in total, no more than that. 2 main colors, 2 accent colors, and 1 color for the background. But you can use boho or Scandinavian furniture because these use natural materials and are as durable as lasting even a lifetime. Think of wool for your rugs instead of synthetics, leather for stools instead of polyester, and metal for your lamps instead of plastic. Natural materials and neutral colors will make your home look timeless, the same way it makes hotels stay relevant for sometimes even a lifetime. If hotel design was a treasure chest, Symmetry is the key to it. Symmetry is about creating visual balance that feels good. There's a few easy ways to achieve it. The most intuitive one is putting matching pieces together. For example, 2 nightstands next to a bed or 2 armchairs next to a coffee table. This matching style also favors when the pieces are of the same shape or of the same color. However, not every matching piece needs to be next to each other. You can also put matching pieces across the room. Hospitality services use Symmetry to create visual balance, to create a coherent, calm feeling within a room, and so should you and I. Next, we have storage solutions because in hotels there's a lot of luggage, there's a lot of items wandering about, and if they don't find their place, they create a lot of clutter. The most popular trick used in hotels is to use the space in front of the bed. Think of a bench or an ottoman where you can sit and dress up, and then put your belongings in a basket below. Or another popular trick is they use wardrobes that feel integrated within the wall, so they almost feel invisible. You should also consider putting open shelves. Not everything has to be enclosed, because otherwise you have to open and close cabinets all the time. So consider putting items on open shelves that you use regularly. Bonus tip is to use multi-purpose furniture. This is especially popular in apart hotels where utilities have to be as much as possible without sacrificing space. Think of a lift top center table that turns from a coffee table into a working desk, or a stool with an open lid where you can store things inside and then use it as a seating. With smart storage, you'd be surprised how clutter-free and open your space has suddenly become. And now it's a good time to start thinking about curating your surfaces. Curated surfaces give you that luxurious aesthetic look, but what do you actually put on your surfaces? Hotels use a very smart trick called the welcoming gestures. It's the type of gesture that is small but very impactful and makes you feel very welcomed and pampered. For example, in the bathroom, this can be a few towels folded and put one next to each other, or a robe that is hung on the door. In the living room and the bedroom, this can be a bowl with your favorite fruit. This can be with nuts or snacks. This can be also a glass bottle that you refill daily. This will make you feel pampered. This will make you feel comfortable, which is the point of a 5-star hotel. You can take it up a notch and use decor pieces that are slightly oversized. This can be a vase, this can be a bowl. In hotel design, the bigger is oftentimes the better. And the same goes for furniture. You should choose slightly oversized furniture like a bed or a sofa that really defines the space by taking more space itself. You don't have to overdo it, of course. You should never block the pathway that you need to cross freely across the room. But it's important that you don't put small patterns, that you don't put little furniture pieces next to each other. These create visual clutter and anxiety. You don't need that. You need clear, cohesive spaces. In Europe, there's a huge problem with this because most people like to put as many things as possible on every blank space possible. That's a no-go for a hotel design. They need negative space to make a piece really stand out and look pristine and luxurious. Using this hotel trick for your home will make it look more expansive and bigger, just like the tips you can find from the video right here. To wrap it all, we need that beautiful modern lighting that turns every generic building into a beautiful jewel. Hotels do this all the time. So what's the secret formula they use? In hospitality services, they use the 2-2-1 method. 2 overhead lights that will create general illumination over your space, 2 task lighting for work or for reading, and 1 ambient lighting for setting the mood and for looking cozy. With this, we essentially have created a 5-star layered lighting setup that feels intimate and welcoming. We played it smart with gentle aromas and even smarter storage for reducing clutter. We have created a timeless look with muted colors that will probably outlast us, our parents, and our children. Hotel-alike rooms can feel even warmer and more intimate with cozy design principles that mimic nature. More you can find in the video right here.